Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna do something a little bit different. I've got a Traeger pellet smoker barbecue here. I don't know if you can see. It's still got some pellets in it. I got this from a friend of my dad's, and they didn't want it anymore. He was moving, so I said, yeah, sure, I'll take it. I don't really need it. I've got an electric smoker and I've got a skillet barbecue. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean this up. It's already spoken for. My buddy Lorenzo's gonna take it. So we're gonna clean it up. We're gonna paint it, sand it down, paint it, get the grills cleaned up, get it operational, so that way he can have it for this barbecue season. So let me show you what we got going on here. It's pretty dirty inside here. I believe this is some form of mold or something. And then we've got the catch tray down there. It was dirtier. I emptied out the catch tray already. Fortunately, somebody put some aluminum foil on there. So on the side here, we've got some pretty heavy-duty rust. Hey, what happened to my... There's some pretty heavy-duty rust here on the side. We're gonna sand... Hi, Harper. And that's not too bad. But yeah, you can kind of see the writing in there a little bit. And the electric part, I was told it works fine. It just hasn't been used in a long time. The underside here looks pretty good. All the stickers and decals and everything are pretty good shape. So it just got sat outside and not used.
Did you burn your hand, Dad?
No, I didn't burn my hand. Traeger, I don't know if you guys can see that writing. Traeger wood pellet grill. So yeah, it's not in horrible shape. It just needs a little bit of love and a little bit of TLC. We're gonna do what we can here and get it restored and fully functional, so that way my buddy Lorenzo can...
Yeah!
All right, girls. All right, here we go.
There.
I got it out here in the sunlight, and I took out the grills and stuff out of it, and it's got some ash in here. It's not too bad. I can vacuum all that stuff out. You can see where the last of the pellets were at right there. So this should come out pretty good, pretty clean. I'm gonna pressure wash the outside. I'm gonna pressure wash the catch plate and the grates, and then I'll take it over to the shop and vacuum out all this stuff in here. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. My shadow in the way here. I got a little bit of rust going on right down here. The pressure washer exposed a lot of that. Took some of the paint off right here, but that's really just surface rust. That's just easily cleanable. Easily, we can just paint that over after we clean the rust off there. That's not a problem there. A little bit underneath the handle here, you can see where the powder coating's been coming off a little bit. And then over on this side here, get real close, you can see the rust. I'm in the shadow hole. Let me see if I can turn this around. Yeah. Lots of rust on this side. It must have been facing this way. This is the most rust I've seen.
This is better.
Trying to be center of attention. So again, sand that down, clean the rust off of it. We'll paint it, and this will actually turn out pretty nice. I think won't be too bad of a project. A little bit of rust there. The grates turned out real nice. This is a catch pan. You can already see where it started to come down to the middle of the pan. So I'll finish that off with the wire wheel. Maybe hit it one more time with the pressure washer. Painting this, not sure about that yet because it's inside. Same with the grates. I don't want to put any toxic fumes or anything like that inside. So that turned out real nice. You guys remember all the mold? There's still some on there, so I might hit that one more time. But yeah, that's cleaned up real nice. Same with that side, cleaned up real nice. Gosh, you can see the difference in pressure washing my sidewalk. I might need to do that the rest of the way down. So yeah, let's get into the shop and let's vacuum this thing out. You guys like my shop vac? You guys didn't know Shark made shop vacs, did you? All right, I know I said I wasn't gonna take this apart, but here I am. I'm glad I did too, because this whole thing is clogged up here. It's all sacked inside there, so I'm gonna have to take it apart anyway to clean that out and make sure it can actually feed, because if I hadn't done this, it wouldn't have done any good. And all these extra pellets, and I think those are pellets. Either way, it's all gonna get cleaned up anyway, and then I'll put it back together. So that also means I am gonna have to dump this out, because the bottom of this is pretty jammed. So I'm gonna get all that out. I'll probably get fresh pellets, because yeah, I don't know if anything's been living in that or not. I don't think so, but they're just old pellets. So yeah, here we go. All right, I got this auger cleaned out. You can, oh, I can't really see it in the camera. There you go. Yeah, a little corkscrew thing. So that motor runs that auger, which pushes the pellets all the way through the tube and into the burner unit here. And I found out something on this thing. I'm no Traeger expert, but when I turned this thing on, I got a little error message on the display screen, and I couldn't figure out why I was getting the error message. I wanted this thing to spin so that way I could clean the rest of this stuff out. Turns out you need to have the temperature probe screwed into your circuit board here, even if it's not inside the unit. You have to have this plugged in. If it doesn't see any temperature, it doesn't work. It'll give you error. So as soon as I screwed that, put those in there and screwed these set screws down, I was able to, the fan started spinning, the auger started moving, which is great. I confirmed that the burner element was working inside of here, and all the old pellets started to come through, and I was able to clean it out. This Traeger, brand new, originally had come with a little bucket that hangs down here to catch the oil drippings and stuff. Obviously this one's missing, so we're going to have to come up with something a little bit different. These are the liners for those buckets. It's just aluminum foil little pots that you stick in there, sit in the liner, and then you can take these out and toss them. They look like that. So what I'm gonna do is I've got this little. I thought about taking a paint can and taking the cover off of it, but it's a bit big. It's a bit bulky. It just doesn't look right. So I scrapped that idea, and I found these little Swiss Miss cans I use sometimes for like nuts and bolts and things that are real handy. They're just old cocoa tin cans. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to take the handle off of this empty paint can. I'm going to attach it to this and put the handle down low enough to where we can also use the lid. I'll probably paint this black to match the barbecue, and then that way he can have a catch can, and then if he can maybe figure out a way to shove these down in there to line it, either that or we can just take regular tin foil and just toss it. So let's see how this turns out. Alright, so for the inside of here, I decided not to go ahead and paint this. Number one, really isn't any paint besides like a ceramic powder coat that would do any good inside of here and not be toxic to the food, and I'm not going to spend the money to have this thing powder coated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it. I've wire wheeled most of the rust out of here. I mean, it looks like it's still kind of surface rust, but I've wire wheeled the best I could, the best I could read. Some of this is pretty hard to get to, but it's just surface rust, so it's really not going to hurt anything. We're going to oil season this after I get it all put back together. And what that'll do is that'll protect it from rusting any further. So as long as it's in use, you squirt a little bit of cooking oil in there. They get real hot, kind of like you do for a cast iron cooktop. It's the same concept. So you'll season it to prevent any further rust during your barbecue season, and then that'll be that. And then when it's put away for the season, we'll make sure he just does a quick squirt of some vegetable oil or cooking oil inside of here before he puts it away for the winter. That way it doesn't rust up. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Chris Peters DIY. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what I do here, please consider subscribing, hit that like button, and please check out my other videos. Alright, until next time, see y'all later.